The main problem that you encounter in dependent drop-down list is the following. So here I have 3 lists, and in each list I have a set of items. If I select list 1 in my first drop-down menu, and in my dependent drop-down menu I select the first item, which is Alyssa, if I change the list here to list 3, I still get Alyssa, although inside now we have the months. So that's not ideal. For this reason, I'm going to teach you how to use combo boxes, dependent combo boxes, to fix this problem. So for example, if I go to list 3, I'll get March. If I go to list 2, I'll get the Audi. The beauty of this approach is that it also looks very fancy and you can use it for your dashboards. So let's go to a blank sheet where we have the same data set but none of the formulas that I had there. And let's start. First of all, you need to put this combo box. You can go to developer. If you don't see developer and you are anywhere, let's assume you are on view, you can right click here, customize the ribbon, and then you need to tick developer. And then you say okay, you'll get this developer tab. Under developer tab, you have insert, form controls, and here you have combo box. So let's add the combo box here. And then we need to fill this combo box. So if I right click on the combo box and then I do format control, I have 2 elements that I need to define, the input range and the cell link. Input range is the options that you will have in your menu. So if I click here and select the 3 lists, you're gonna see it's not gonna work. I'm gonna do it for now and show you how to fix that. And then the cell link is where I'm gonna get the selected item. So if I click on the cell link, I'm just gonna select E10 for now to get the result, and I'll press on OK. If I click, I see only list 1. Why? Because the combo box does not take items that are in this direction. It only takes items in this direction. So no worries, we're just gonna put the items here. You can do Control C, for example, come here, home, and then you do paste specials, values, transpose, and you get them easy way. Another way to do this is to use the transpose formula. If you have older versions of Excel, you need to select the 3 cells or whatever number of cells corresponding to the list that you have, and then you will type equal transpose, you open parentheses, you select this, you close the parentheses. For all the versions of Excel, you need to do Ctrl Shift Enter to get the 3 list, and you will see this will become in curly brackets. So if you have the new Office 365, you can just go to the first cell, type transpose, then select your list, close the parentheses, and then you'll get it. My way will be the simple one, the one I showed you first. So I'm just gonna bring this back and I'm fine. I need to give those options to my combo box. So I'm gonna right click, format control, I click here, select those 3 lists, and then I press OK, and now I get them. So if I select, for example, list 2, you can see that I get 2. I won't get list 2, I will get the position of the item that I have selected. That's fine. Let's create the second combo box. To do this, you can just go back to developer and do the same thing, or right click here, copy, then you'll do paste, and then you'll ensure that this is the same size, and then you have it. So here, I'm just gonna right click, format control, and for cell link, I'm gonna select this cell. I'm not gonna change the input range. I need to create an input range here. So how do I do this? Basically, we can just select an index formula. Equal index, we open parentheses. My array will be the first element that I have in every list. Then I'll do comma. What is my row number? Basically, my row number, I'm going to leave it blank because I want to drag the formula and I will apply it on every row that I have. So we put a comma and then we get the column number. The column number is easy. I selected list 2, which means the second column. Where do I have this? In the output. So let's select 2, close the parenthesis, enter, and I get Acura. I'm just going to use F4 on this so we can drag the formula, and let's drag it. I'm going to add 2 elements just in case the list becomes longer. So I have it, and then let's assign it. So we go to this, right click, format control, we assign it, we put the elements, OK, and then you get the Alfa Romeo. So if you change to list 1, you get, for example, Biba, and you can select whatever is required. Let's do a Vlookup to show you how it works. So at the bottom, I have some data. I have all the items, and I have some random numbers, and I want to get the random number. So I'm going to do equal Vlookup, open parenthesis. What is my lookup value? The problem is I'm not getting Biba, I'm getting 2. So I need an index formula to get Biba from this list. So I'm going to do index, open parenthesis, this is my array, then comma, what is my row number? It's number 2, and I don't need a column number. It's an optional argument, so it's fine. So that's okay. Then comma, we need a table array. So let's go select our table. Column index, it's 2 in my table, and then true or false for the match. We're going to do false. So we get exact match, and we get 97, which is 97 for Biba. If I select, for example, something from list 2, the Alfa Romeo is 65. So we check, it is 65. Now this is fine, but you'll tell me I don't want to see those zeros that I have here at the bottom. So how to fix this? Well, let's use a formula, and let's create something here which will take this list and remove the zeros. And for this, we're going to select a range and put it in the name manager. So how to select a range? I'm just going to show you hard coding it first. I do equal and select this, enter, we get the same information. However, what I could do instead of this H23, I can use index here. The beauty of this is that when you use index after a column, it will give you the reference of a cell. So now we do index. What is my array? My array is this. Then what is the row number? So I need to count how many items I need to pick up from this list. So I can use count if, open the parenthesis, the range is the same, comma, what is my criteria? Different than 0. Now we can close the parenthesis. We don't need the column number, it's an optional argument. So I'm just going to close the parenthesis again. And now you can see we have everything until 4th. So this is the formula. If you don't see the range like this, you can just go on the top and press F9, and then you can see all the elements here. Don't press enter, press escape to go back to your formula. Let's take this formula and put it in our name manager. So I did Control C, then escape, then I go to formula, name manager, new, and then I can call it combo or comp, for example. I'm going to paste the formula here. Now, if you do what I've done now, it's not going to work. Why? Because you need to use the $sign everywhere. So I'm just going to do F4 everywhere and re-copy paste the formula. There you go. Let's re-copy paste it. So we go to name manager, comp, we click here, we paste it, and then we say OK. So now we have comp. Let's assign comp to this. So we right click, format control. Instead of this, it will be comp. And if you see, now we don't have the zeros. If I select, for example, list 3, I don't have the zeros either, and it will work normally. Finally, as a bonus trick for you, if I go back to my other sheet, here I have a list box. So how did I get it? I did insert under phone control. I have a list box, so I can just insert it, then right click, format control, cell link, I can just click and select, for example, this is where the output will be visible. And then input range, here we can just use the comp, which is the range we have created in the other sheet, and say OK, and then you get your options. And you can start selecting your options, and the same thing will happen. So this is how it works. Please let me know if you like this methodology more than the normal methodology of having a dependent drop-down menu. And as usual, please subscribe to the channel and like this video.